We can move on to agenda item 4, and that's going to be Dennis. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Forgive me. This brings us neatly to agenda item 4, an update to action plan to address the recommendations of the DLUHC review of the Council's capital risk. The purpose of the report is to update Cabinet and seek Cabinet's views on the Council's action plan to implement the recommendation of the DLUHC review of the Council's capital risk carried out in February 2023 and published by DLUHC in May 2024. As members are aware, in February 23, CIPFA carried out a review of the Council's capital risk on behalf of DLUHC. In July 23, the Council received the draft report for comment for the first time and a finalised draft copy in September of 2023. This report was not published by DLUHC, despite repeated attempts by the Council requesting it to be so, and it was only in May of this year that the report was finally made public. The report made many recommendations that can be summarised as 1. That an independent investment advisory panel be recruited for commercial experts to review our commercial programme. 2. That a commercial dashboard be developed for incorporating all the Council's commercial schemes. 3. That a single officer is nominated to carry out a skill set audit and ongoing monitoring of the Audit and Corporate Governance Committee and officers involved in the commercial programme. 4. The Council undertakes an objective review of all aspects of its capacity, drawing on best practice from the sector. 5. That a risk-based analysis of all the commercial activities of the Council against the current budget and medium-term financial plan be carried out. 6. Scenario modelling is developed by a third party for the medium-term financial plan. 7. Review of impairments of the commercial programme. And 8. Minimum revenue provision review is carried out. The Council welcomes the recommendations as they will strengthen our processes. I know members have read and fully considered the proposed action plan for implementing the recommendations of the DLUHC review as attached at Appendix 2 of the report. The most challenging proposal is going to be implementing Recommendation 1 of setting up an independent investment advisory panel. Whilst such bodies are new in local government, they do exist in the commercial sector and are increasing in their popularity. It is proposed that the Council have a proactive approach with this recommendation. Firstly, drawing up terms of reference to be agreed by DLUHC and determining how this integrates with our governance processes. Then sourcing CVs of suitably skilled individuals to sit on the panel. Considered in Section 5 of the report, are a small number of other DLUHC proposals and recommendations. These together with proposed responses are covered within an action plan contained within Appendix 4 of the report. I would like to draw out for attention the development of a plan to reduce debt levels. It is vital that the Council develop this in consultation with DLUHC due to the complexities involved and the income these schemes produce for the medium-term financial plan. Whilst the repayment of the loan portfolio is simplistic, the more challenging one is when the Council sells its property investment portfolio. The Section 151 officer will be responsible for this and report on an ongoing basis. The reason for the recommendation at this stage is to ensure that the Council implements the recommendations of the DLUHC report. As the report has finally been published by the Department, the Council is now in a position to be able to publicly take these actions. Thus, I move the report and Cabinet is recommended to 1. Note the action plan and make suggested changes to it. 2. Quarterly update reports are reported to Cabinet, with the first being in July of 2024, and 3. The DLUHC report and the action plan are reported at the next meeting of the Audit and Corporate Governance Committee. And with that, I'm happy to take comments or questions, Chair.
Thank you, Dennis. Open for questions, comments, members? I think we could say we're very pleased that we can announce these now. As Dennis said, we was asking for a long time to make sure that this report was made public. I think is to make sure that we could be sharing the information as quickly as possible with the public and making sure that we can start taking the action. We did start working behind the scenes straight away. Our officers have been working on the recommendations regardless of the report being announced. But with it being announced, it allows us to be more public with what we're doing. The reasoning why we're doing it is following the recommendations. And I think goes against a little bit the sort of the letter with poor information in it, which was got released, I think, what got released well before this, and I think the actual report itself actually puts most of that letter into the shade, compared to the reality of what the truth is and what the letter actually said, which is completely different to what the truth actually came out to be. So we're now very pleased that we can actually announce it and work in an open way with the public.
And without any further questions, I'm happy to move the report, Chair.
It's actually seconded. So all those in favour of the report as is? It's a unanimous decision. Thank you.